The story opens with a massive battle taking place in the heart of space, inside an intergalactic arena. This arena isn't just any regular stadium, it's a floating structure hovering in the vast emptiness of the galaxy built by the Zenthari, an advanced alien race. The arena is surrounded by hundreds of thousands of alien spectators, all eager to see a human fight for their lives. The Zenthari are known for their superior strength and technological advancements, and they believe no other species is strong enough to defeat them. The crowd is restless, cheering and jeering, eagerly anticipating the fight to come. In the center of the arena, we meet Vera, a proud and fierce alien student chosen to face off against the human. Vera is everything the Zenthari pride themselves on. She's strong, skilled, and merciless. Her glowing eyes pierce through the crowd as she grips her energy blade, her expression hard as steel. She's here to prove that the Zenthari's strength is unmatched and that the human will be crushed before the first minute of the battle. The alien crowd's cheers grow louder as Commander Jason, the human contestant, steps into the arena. He's tall and imposing with a calm yet confident expression. He moves with military precision, his every step exuding the quiet confidence of someone who's faced many battles before. He doesn't seem fazed by the harsh looks or mocking laughter coming from the alien spectators. But instead of preparing for a violent confrontation, Jason does something unexpected. As the countdown begins, he raises his hands in a gesture of peace, refusing to take the offensive. This leaves the crowd in stunned silence. They stare at the human, confused. Jason isn't going to fight back? The aliens can hardly believe what they're seeing. How can this human, so outmatched in terms of strength and power, choose not to fight? The air in the arena becomes thick with tension. There's a growing sense of disbelief among the aliens, especially Vera. She had expected a fight, not a peaceful surrender. Is this a trick? Is the human afraid? Vera, her temper flaring at this insult, doesn't hesitate for a second. With a loud snarl, she rushes at Jason, activating her energy blade. The blade glows with a brilliant, almost blinding light, humming with energy as it slices through the air. The audience watches eagerly, ready to see the human be cut down in one swift move. But instead, something amazing happens. Jason, with surprising speed, dodges every single one of Vera's attacks. He moves with grace and precision, almost as if he's seen it all before. He doesn't fight back, doesn't strike her. He simply evades. Each time her energy blade comes close, he's already one step ahead, gracefully sidestepping and rolling out of the way. The crowd gasps, confused and shocked. How is this human doing this? They've never seen anything like it. Vera is becoming frustrated, her strikes growing more wild and aggressive. But still, Jason does nothing but avoid her, never lifting a finger to defend himself. He's not fighting, but he's not losing either. Vera becomes more enraged by the second, her attacks becoming faster and more ferocious. With each missed blow, her anger grows, and the arena's atmosphere shifts from disbelief to genuine anger. The audience wants to see blood. They want to see the human defeated. But why isn't he retaliating? Why isn't he taking this fight seriously? The tension in the arena rises, the spectators muttering amongst themselves. The question on everyone's mind is the same: what is the human's game plan? What's he thinking? Is he waiting for the right moment to strike? Or does he truly intend to just run away from Vera's attacks? The Zenthari, known for their bloodlust and pride, are beginning to lose their patience. They don't understand why someone would choose mercy in the middle of such a brutal challenge. Is Jason afraid? Or does he have some hidden strategy up his sleeve? Vera is growing desperate now. Her strikes are no longer calculated or controlled. She's attacking purely out of anger, desperate to land a hit. But Jason continues to evade, almost as though he knows exactly what she's going to do next. It's mind-boggling to the spectators. A human being able to evade an alien's attack so easily? They can't comprehend it. The crowd's emotions swing from confusion to frustration, unsure of how this battle will unfold. The suspense in the arena is thick. Every moment feels like it could explode into a dramatic turn. Will Jason suddenly reveal his secret and take control of the fight? Will he fight back when Vera's energy blade finally reaches him? Or is there something deeper going on here that the Zenthari can't yet understand? The crowd is on the edge of their seats, waiting for the moment of truth. And with each failed attack by Vera, the mystery only deepens. The tension in the arena is electric as the fight begins. Vera, the fierce alien warrior, immediately takes the offensive. With a swift motion, she activates her energy blade, a glowing weapon that hums with dangerous power. She uses advanced alien techniques, moves she's been trained in her whole life, attacking with incredible speed and precision. Each strike is designed to overwhelm, to crush her opponent, but Commander Jason remains calm, his expression steady. Vera is determined to end this quickly, but to her surprise, Jason doesn't fight back. Instead of defending himself with a weapon or attacking, he dodges her every blow. His movements are fluid, graceful, and almost effortless. Vera's eyes flash with confusion and anger. She expects the human to react with violence, to fight back with everything he has. But he doesn't. He just keeps dodging. She presses on, using a series of energy blasts and fast-paced attacks, hoping to catch him off guard. But Jason's calmness only frustrates her more. Why isn't he fighting? Vera's mind races, trying to understand. She's been taught all her life that humans are wild, merciless warriors. They're supposed to attack first, to show no mercy. But here's Jason, a human, showing restraint. He's not acting like the savage warrior she thought he would be. Jason's voice rings out above the arena noise. "You don't have to do this," he calls to her, his voice steady. "There's no need for this fight. We can find another way." His words hang in the air, almost like a challenge to everything she believes in. Vera falters for a split second, her attack slowing just a fraction. Is this human really trying to talk his way out of a fight? Her inner conflict begins. She's trained to see humans as inferior, as bloodthirsty beings. Yet Jason's peaceful stance is shaking her resolve. He's not like she thought. She feels a strange sympathy, something she never expected. Her anger rises, but alongside it, she feels a growing unease. She wants to prove herself, to crush him, yet Jason's calmness begins to stir something in her. Vera's heart pounds as she faces Jason, her thoughts in turmoil. She's never encountered a human like this before. For the first time in the fight, she starts to question everything she's been taught. The arena grows quiet, as the spectators sense that something bigger than a mere fight is happening here. Will Vera continue to fight, or will she begin to understand the unexpected humanity in her opponent? The suspense grows as the fight continues, the tension in the arena builds, but something unexpected begins to happen. Jason doesn't just dodge the attacks anymore, he speaks to Vera between each of her strikes. His voice is calm, almost gentle, cutting through the chaos of their battle. "You don't have to do this," Jason says again, his tone unwavering. "Violence doesn't solve anything. It just destroys." Vera pauses for a moment, the edge of her energy blade flashing in the dim light of the arena. Her eyes narrow in confusion. What is this human talking about? Jason's words seem out of place in the middle of such a violent confrontation. But he continues, his voice steady, despite the fact that she could easily strike him down. He tells her about Earth's history, about the countless wars humans have fought. Jason recounts how humans have struggled against each other, destroying their own civilizations, but eventually learned the importance of peace. "We didn't win wars with more destruction," he says. "We won by choosing mercy, by walking away from hatred." Vera is taken aback. She has always been taught that strength means defeating your enemies, crushing them without mercy. The Zenthari believe that the strongest must always win, no matter the cost. It's the way of their people. But now, Jason's words are reaching her, breaking through the walls she's built up around her heart. She starts to question the very foundation of everything she's been taught. With each word Jason speaks, Vera's inner conflict deepens. Her blade lowers slightly as a wave of doubt fills her mind. Could it be true? Could there really be another way, a way to find strength without causing pain? She lowers her weapon even more, her grip weakening. For the first time, she hesitates. The arena falls quiet for a moment as both Jason and Vera stand facing each other. The anger that once consumed Vera begins to fade, replaced by something else, confusion and even fear. Could the Zenthari way of life be wrong? Is there really a way to achieve peace, to avoid conflict, and yet still be strong? The tension in the arena thickens as Vera lowers her weapon even further. Her breathing becomes slower, her thoughts racing. Jason's words are working. She can feel the shift within herself. She's no longer just an alien warrior. She's beginning to see the possibility of something more. Humanity's strength lies not in destruction, but in the ability to choose mercy over violence. Vera looks at Jason, torn between her upbringing and the new path that is opening up before her. The fight is no longer about winning or losing. It's about a deeper choice. The suspense builds. Will Vera embrace this new understanding, or will she return to the path of anger and conquest? The atmosphere in the arena changes suddenly. Vera, with her energy blade raised and ready to strike again, suddenly halts mid-motion. The crowd goes silent, unsure of what's happening. For a long moment, everything stops. Vera stands frozen, staring at Commander Jason, who still hasn't moved to fight. His stance remains calm, unwavering. He hasn't raised a weapon, and he hasn't retaliated against her attacks. His eyes, though focused, are not filled with anger or hatred. They are calm, almost peaceful. It's in this silence that the true strength of humanity becomes clear. Vera's thoughts race. She had expected him to fight back. She had expected him to react violently, like every other enemy she had faced. But Jason hasn't fought. He's stood his ground without aggression, without hate. Jason's refusal to fight is not a weakness. It's a demonstration of strength. True strength, something Vera has never seen before. She begins to understand that by not giving in to anger or violence, Jason is winning in a way that no one in the arena could have imagined. The once hostile alien crowd, made up of the Xanthari students, starts to stir. Whispers ripple through the stands as they watch Jason, their confidence in their own power now shaken. They look at him with new eyes. Jason isn't the weak human they expected. He's proving something they've never considered. That strength is not always about physical dominance. Jason's victory isn't about overpowering his opponent with brute force. It's not about who can swing the hardest or land the deadliest blow. It's about something far greater. It's about self-control, peace, and the resilience to stand firm even when the world expects you to crumble. By not fighting back, by choosing mercy and restraint, Jason has proven that true power lies not in the weapon, but in the mind and heart. The focus shifts to Vera's face, where her emotions shift. Her brow furrows as she struggles with her inner conflict. Her eyes reflect the battle going on inside her, the fight between the beliefs she was raised with and the reality Jason has just shown her. The once confident and aggressive warrior, so sure of her strength and superiority, is now questioning everything she thought she knew. The deep-rooted teachings of the Xanthari are crumbling in front of her eyes. The camera lingers on her as she looks down at her weapon. Slowly, almost as if in a trance, she lowers it. The once hostile warrior is now standing in the midst of her doubts. The arena is silent, filled with students who are also beginning to question their own beliefs. They watch in stunned silence, unable to understand what they're seeing. A victory not achieved by force, but by choosing peace. Vera's choice becomes clear as she drops her weapon entirely. The arena is still silent, but now there's a shift. A feeling of respect, not just for Jason, but for the idea he's presented, the power of peace and mercy over violence and conquest. The underdog, the human, has shown the Xanthari a lesson they'll never forget. As the echoes of the silent arena linger, the once fierce battle ends not with bloodshed or victory through force, but with a lesson. Vera, the proud alien student who had once seen humanity as weak and inferior, steps forward. Her gaze is no longer filled with anger, but with respect. Slowly, she gives Commander Jason a nod, acknowledging the power of his choice to show mercy instead of violence. For the first time, there is a clear recognition of the truth in his actions. Her respect for him and for humanity has begun to take root. The alien spectators, who had initially mocked the humans, now whisper among themselves. The Xanthari students, once sure of their race's supremacy, begin to look at the humans differently. Questions form in their minds. Could it be that humans, the species they had underestimated, hold a different kind of strength? A strength of heart? The realization begins to settle in, and the arena, once filled with tension and hostility, is now charged with a new understanding. Jason, seeing the shift in the atmosphere, takes the opportunity to address the academy. His words are calm, but they carry the weight of years of history. He speaks clearly, his voice firm yet compassionate. Humans do not seek to dominate or destroy, he says. We seek to coexist. We've learned from our past mistakes, from the wars and destruction we once caused. Now we want peace and understanding, not more conflict. The crowd is silent. They listen to every word, as if they are hearing it for the first time. The words carry a profound message, one that is not easily understood by those who have been trained to view the world through the lens of power and conquest. The message is clear: humans are different. They have learned to rise above their past and seek a future of peaceful coexistence. As Jason finishes his speech, the emotional core of the story sinks in. The camera pans to Vera, who stands alone, gazing up at the stars. There is a new look in her eyes, one of respect, even admiration. For the first time, she feels a deep sense of hope. The humans have shown her something she never thought possible, that strength doesn't always come from battle, but from a strength of spirit. The scene pulls back, and we see the massive arena once filled with hostility, now filled with silent contemplation. The alien spectators still watching begin to shift their perceptions of humanity. A new era of intergalactic relations is beginning, one where humanity's message of peace and mercy has resonated across the stars. The camera zooms out, and we see the entire arena from above, as if watching the dawn of something greater. The story closes with a final twist, a hint that the Zenthari, once so eager to destroy or defeat humanity, may now be considering an alliance. This shift in the galaxy is not just a victory for Earth, but a chance to change the course of history. The camera lingers on Vera, who now carries a symbol of hope for both her people and humanity. Her heart has changed, and with it, the future of the galaxy. Even the most hardened warriors, once set in their ways, can be swayed by the strength of humanity's heart. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one of peace, unity, and hope for all the stars.